Hi, I'm Jason, and thank you for joining us here at For Yarn's Sake, where we're going to show you just how easy it can be to create your very own handmade crochet gifts. Make it unique, make it personal, and make it easy. Well, we're moving right along with our skill set here. The next stitch that we're going to add is going to be the shell stitch. And you can see just how lovely this stitch is. It's essentially 5 double crochets bordered on each side by a single crochet. It's another one of those projects that looks much more difficult than it really is. Let's get started then. Today again you're going to need your worsted weight acrylic yarn, and again I'm using my 6mm hook. The shell stitch is worked in multiples of 6, so go ahead and chain up multiples of 6. I have multiples of 6 prepared for me here. I've got 18 chains, that's 3 multiples of 6. And then to it, we're going to add 3. 2, 3. So multiples of 6 plus 3. And then here in the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, we're just going to put 1 single crochet. And then skipping 2 chains, 1, 2, and in the third, we're going to start our first shell stitch, which is going to be 5 double crochets. That's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to skip 2 more chains, and in the third, just add 1 more single crochet. And there, you've made your first shell stitch. Wasn't that easy? And we're going to continue right down along with that, skipping 1, 2, and then in the third, making our next shell, which is just 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. And once again, if you're having problems with any of these stitches, the double crochet or the single crochet, just go ahead and pause the video. Go on back to our basic series where we explain those stitches in depth, and then refresh yourself and come on back. Skipping 2, we're going to put a single crochet in the third, 1, 2 more, and in the third, our next shell stitch, which is just again 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. Just that easy, just that simple. And here we come to the end. We're going to skip 1, 2, and in the last we're going to just put a single crochet. And there's your first row of the shell stitch. Let's build on top of that, shall we? So we're going to chain 2 and turn. And here's where it gets just a little bit more difficult, but not really. Here on the end, on this first stitch where you put your single crochet from the last row, well, we're going to put 2 more double crochets. Now this chain 2 is going to count as 1, so we're going to go 1 and then another double crochet for 2, and then 1 more for 3. So you're putting kind of like a little half shell on the end. And then we're going to skip 1, 2 stitches, and in the third, which should be the middle stitch of your shell from the previous row, we're just going to go ahead and put a single crochet. Skipping 2 more, 1, 2, and then in the stitch that was the single crochet of your last row, we're going to work our next shell. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 more makes 5. All right, and then skipping 1, 2 more stitches, putting us right in the middle of that shell from the previous row. We're just going to put another single crochet, skipping 1, 2, and then coming down here to the single crochet from the previous row, we're going to add our next shell. 1 and 2, 3, and 4, and 5. skipping 2 more stitches, 1, 2, putting us right in the middle again of the shell of the previous row. Just add your single crochet. And then we're going to skip 1, 2, and right here is that single crochet we started with. And here on the end, we're just going to do another little half shell and put 1, 2, and 3 3 double crochets, and you've just made your second row. Let's do one more row, shall we? We're going to chain up 2, and then right here in the very first stitch is your half shell from row 2. And we're just going to put a single crochet in there. We're going to skip 1, 2 stitches, and right here is the single crochet from the previous row. Work our shell right in there. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. One more makes 5. Skipping 2 to the middle of the shell from row 2, we're just going to put our single crochet. Skipping 2 more, put our shell right there on top of the single crochet from the previous row. That's 2 and 3, 4. One more makes 5. Coming back up here to the middle of the shell, just put your single crochet, skipping 2 more, coming back down here to the single crochet of the previous row, 5 more double crochets to form your shell. And that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And all we're doing is putting the same stitch over and over again in the same hole, the same stitch from the previous row, and that creates that lovely shell effect. And right here is the half shell from the previous row. You got 1, 2, and 3, and the third double crochet is that chain 2 that we built up on. So just come up here to the top of that chain 2, insert your hook through the chain, and finish off with a single crochet. Now you'll notice what we've been doing on either side is if the stitch ends with a single crochet, it will begin the next row with a half shell, and then if it ends with a half shell, we'll begin the next row with a single crochet. And you just keep alternating that back and forth and up until you have the desired height of your project. And I just love the shell stitch. I've made some fantastic things with it, and I hope you do too. Remember to leave a like down below if this helped you. Consider subscribing to our channel. We always love to have new friendly faces, comments. Let me see what you're working on. If you're having any troubles, let me know that too. Maybe we can work it out together. And once again, thanks for joining us here at For Yarn's Sake.